G'day Marvel Future Fight Gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. Just going to do a final wrap-up video of the V590 Prebuild. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks to Netmarble for allowing me to participate in the Prebuild. Also, without me having to jump through a million hurdles this time, that was pretty cool, just being able to sort of slot straight in. Appreciate that. Hopefully, guys, I've been able to make some pretty useful videos regarding Alliance Battle that may help you, do some pre-evaluation of the characters and what direction you want to head in with your purchase in this update. So I'm just going to do a real quick overview of the update and just run through a few things one by one. Firstly, the absolute highlight of the update, in my mind, is this. Custom gear chest, the 10 pulls of CTP pity time, and I actually just did one before when I actually started making this video and something happened, so I had to restart again and just got a CTP of insight straight away. I'm out of crystals now, so it's not gonna happen again. But ultimately, this is the best thing in the update. This should have been in the game 2.5, 3 years ago. Would have saved me probably a bunch of money. Would have saved me losing a number of alliance mates along the way who have succumbed to being smashed by a bad RNG when pulling for things out of CTP or card chests and just gone, what the hell, this game is no good, and exited the game. And that's happened a lot. So well done, Netmarble. Okay, couple of years late maybe, but still, you've listened, you've acted, and moving forward, this is a big benefit for players who actually want to get some CTPs. We're not sure if it applies to card chests yet. If I click on this, the whole game will freeze. But what I want to do say, there was some talk about an additional card being added to the game, some sort of leak or something. Based on the card collection, there's no extra cards here at all. So I'm going to say that was not correct, unless Netmarble have kept that up their sleeve for the actual update. Okay, let's have a look at the characters and uniforms. Okay, Jean, universal type. Gotta say, I love the look of her. She is pretty damn OP as well, guys. In the squad battle, I think I got a score like 1.5 million or something in the squad battle. She can match it with Captain Marvel, it seems, in Alliance Battle Extreme. Really, we have no way of testing in PvP modes in this APK file. Based on what I've seen, they've done a really good job of actually giving her an upgrade, making her universal, but not making her ridiculously game-breakingly OP. Based on the modes that I've tried her in, she's excellent. Of course, she's a top-notch character. She was the best character in the game effectively before this update. This has made her stronger. How will it make her ridiculously powerful in PvP? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it will. Time will tell though, and we'll have a look at that obviously in Alliance Conquest, Alliance Tournament, and Timeline Battle as well. I like her as a character. She's much better to play as a universal with that skill set compared to what she was before. Okay, another awesome thing in this update, of course, is Mystique, Raven, whatever you want to call her, right? She is an exceptional character. She is worth your crystals. She is worth your Mega Tier 2 ticket that you got from the event a week or two ago. She is phenomenally well-rounded character. She performs extremely well in Alliance Battle Extreme. She performs extremely well in War Boss Ultimate. She is a must-have, in my opinion. And while she's a crystal wall, or will they actually give some of her biometrics away with the event? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. But she is a pretty damn good character, and I'm pretty hyped up about unlocking her. Okay, slightly disappointed that Doc Ock didn't last too long. But at the same token, when you're replacing it with a very popular character, and a character that plays really well, you kind of don't mind that much. And Doc Ock, he can be useful in other modes. Chuck a CTP of Destruction, CTP of Energy on him, and he'll be pretty good anyway. Wolverine's uniform is the next thing I want to have a chat about. This uniform, I like the look of it. That's one thing for sure. I like the fact that the third skill has turned into, has some invincibility in it. I think that makes him much more formidable in PvP modes. I think that the uniform is an upgrade over the last uniform in regards to damage, but only very slight. What I really would like is to see this uniform get more damage again. I think he's still a little bit light on in the damage department. That's my gut feel. If Netmarble are listening, and if they can, have a quick look at that before the update, then I think if I was in their position, I would do that. I would definitely have a bit of a look at him and see if you can buff his damage without ruining his character in general. Nimrod uniform, spit it out. VaderG, spit it out. Has made him one of the most unique looking characters in the game, let's say that. He performed very poorly in Alliance Battle Extreme. He seems to do okay in War Boss Ultimate. He does very poorly in Giant Boss Raid. So Alliance Battle Extreme and Giant Boss Raid, you're not having your defense down applied. And he is really sort of depending on the defense down now of his skills. And it's going to be really interesting to see how he actually goes in PvP. I mean, clearly he's still a PvP character. That's when I look at his skill set and his kit now. He is still a very PvP-oriented character. He always has been. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he performs in that. Magneto uniform. All I can say is I've tested it in World Boss Ultimate. I didn't get a chance to test it in Alliance Battle. Too many hours required to set things up in Alliance Battle. Well, in this APK file, like equipping ISO, equipping Uru, doing all this sort of stuff, rolling the awakened Uru slots, all these sort of things have to happen. It's hours and hours and hours. The other thing, we can't really upgrade the uniform, right? If I just go into uniform upgrade, I need more Magneto biometrics, which I can't get because none of the epic quests are complete. But I did compare his House of X uni at normal level compared to his Marvel Now uni at Mythic, and it in War Boss Ultimate against Cull Obsidian, and it is an immense upgrade. It is so damn good. It really revitalizes him as a character. I kind of like the look of it as well. I'm not really sure why. I think he just looks a bit more regal, a bit more sort of supreme, if we can call it that. But it's a massive upgrade over the Marvel Now. Whether it translates into Alliance Battle, I'm not sure. Check the other Star Agents channels. Maybe they did some testing where I didn't have time on Saturday to do that. Just keep in mind, guys, that the Alliance Battle, the days tick over. In the test server, they tick over the same as what they do in the real server. So we had one day where we could test all units on a free-for-all day, and so for now, for instance, I think whatever it is, it's Speed Villain or something. It's like a week offset from the real server in the Alliance Battle side of things. Anyway, look, I'm going to be buying this Magneto uniform. I've got him at tier 3 already. He's kind of turned into a defunct character. This really is going to reinvigorate him and make him useful in a number of modes. So I'll 100% be buying that character. Professor X. Professor X, what can I say? Against Ebony Maw, he is insane. He's just phenomenal. He's extremely good in squad battle as well. He's a character that with his 5th skill, he can actually move around and attack at the same time, like Jean with her 4th skill, and that's a big advantage in squad battle because you can go around and pick up the energy balls, build your shield up, and at the same time you can sort of generate some points and attack. Not sure how he goes in ABX. Once again, I didn't get a chance to test him. If someone else did, or you guys have seen other videos where he has been tested, I'd be really interested to hear what feedback you guys have. Have to admit, with him, I was hoping for a much better leadership. I think this 20% increase of all attacks to mutant allies is a bit of a kick in the nuts for him. I think, yeah, it's a bit of a letdown. He's the mutant leader. Even his leadership is called mutant leader, but he gets a pretty crap bloody skill there. Who haven't I chatted about? I don't think I've touched on Mr. Sinister. I didn't really play with him much, to be perfectly honest. First impressions, just having a tiny little bit of a muck around with him in World Boss Ultimate. I mean, besides looking badass and being a freaking pretty awesome looking character in general, I would say that he's going to be very solid and very well-rounded character. The new mode. Just going to pause here for a sec. Okay, the new mode. We've got, what do we call it? Squad battle. Squad battle. I actually don't mind this mode. I played it today. You can sort of see, I mean, how good's Jean? 1.5 million points, right? It's a pretty good mode, but it's got some. I don't think it's kind of hitting the intended what it was intended for. What I took out of the live stream, it was actually intended to be able to take some weaker characters in, or some older type characters who may be well built, and still compete with some of these OP characters, some of the meta characters. And based on what I've tested, that is not really occurring. I think if you, I think you're just gonna, I think we're gonna be playing with the same characters. I mean, look who I used: Wolverine just to try him out, Mystique, Jean, Professor X, Thanos, Luna. It's not a whole heap of diversity. There's no Blade, there's no MODOK, there's no nothing like that. I really think that the developers, if they wanted to reinvigorate older characters in this mode, they need to take another look at giving those older characters some sort of point increase or boost or whatever in this mode, because I'm just not seeing how it's actually going to result in that function. The rewards, okay, so if you pass phase 3 like I did with Jean, got over 1 million points, then you get some of this new material. Okay, so the new material is called, oh geez, what was it called? Mandalay Gem Fragment. Mandalay. So Mandalay Gem Fragment, which is used to awaken potential, I'm assuming, in X-Men characters. So we're going to need this stuff, I believe. So we may not be able to actually awaken Mystique's 6 skill straight up anyway, because I think we're going to need some of this gear. So you get past 1 million points, you're going to get some of this stuff. As you can sort of see, I only got past 1 million with Jean. Having said that, I'd taken the CTP off her. He had no gear. He had no CTP. Thanos had nothing either, and Luna did not have anything either. So pretty well, you probably could get 1 million points with, I guess, potentially all of these teams if you had them geared up correctly. Sort of the battle rewards are pretty garbage. So you get like a box each time that you finish one of these battles, and the stuff that I've got in there is like 50,000 gold, clear tickets. I think that's about it. So be nice if Netmarble revisited those rewards, because I think they're just a bit light on. I think that, you know, maybe biometrics or some whatever, tier 2 materials even, or just throw us a bone every now and then with something really cool in those things. But from what I've seen, the rewards are pretty garbage. Like I mentioned earlier, the characters that do have an advantage in this mode are Professor X and Jean, and anyone who can actually use a skill at the same time as moving around. I think that's a big advantage in this mode, but we'll see once it's unfolded. Alright guys, well, let me know what you think about the update, what you've seen so far. If you've seen any other Star Agents and they've tested out Magneto or Professor X in Alliance Battle Extreme. I haven't checked anyone's channel, just kind of haven't had time. But otherwise, I hope that you know, my videos have provided useful for you guys, and I've enjoyed the experience of doing the pre-build. Although it's soaked up a huge amount of time, I've enjoyed making some content. Anyway guys, thanks very much. Bye.